It's time to get real with Eddie, here to help you understand the changing real estate market and meet your real estate goals. Over 19 years in the business. 2018 Realtor of the Year of Three Rivers, past president of the Three Rivers Association of Realtors, past director at Illinois Realtors, and team lead of the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner. Here's Eddie Ruettiger.
Welcome to 2024.
Wow.
Hey, you want to put a microphone in front of you?
Oh, that would help.
Yeah, because then I can hear you.
There you go.
Hey, there you are.
Here I am.
How's the new year?
It's been bumpy. I've been sick, but I'm getting better. I'm feeling better.
We're talking sick, like physically sick, not beyond your normal mental capacity, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Not
just
my
making
normal
sure.
Mental sick. Just,
Okay.
yeah. Just a little upper respiratory thing from typhoid and that's all.
That's the granddaughter, for those that don't know, yes.
Yes.
Because when you watch little kids, you're just basically watching a petri dish.
Yes.
So.
Yes, and she gets everything from daycare and gives it all to Nana. Really.
Here, Nana, I got a present for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's rough.
That sneeze right in the face, yeah, does it every time. Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk some real estate.
She's cute.
Did your house sell last year? We're getting a couple of these articles. We were talking about this before and getting on air, but this has been a recurring theme. And I really think it's just because we went from 2 weeks of market time to now, what, 4 to 6 weeks?
Yes.
And that doesn't mean you don't make corrections, you don't address, you don't discuss what's going on. But I also think calm down.
That's still a really fast market. Okay, it's really fast. But it bears a little look.
Yes.
A little reevaluation.
Yes.
Not a panic.
Yes. So let's check out this list. Things to consider if your house didn't sell. Did you limit your access to your house? Okay, makes sense. It's Christmas time.
I was going to say,
holidays.
especially during the holidays.
Yep. I got this going on, I got that going on. But if you're limiting access, it's going to have a difficulty selling. And I watch when one of my clients rejects a showing, I watch to see if that agent reschedules a showing. 99% of the time, they don't.
They do not.
You miss the showing.
Yep. You missed that opportunity. And that's why it's important to grit your teeth. And I know it's super inconvenient. I know it's like living in a fishbowl. And I tell my clients that all the time. It's like 2 weeks of living in a fishbowl. Let everybody and as many people in the door as you can. It'll go under contract and you can refuse
showings
at that point.
Showing time advises do your best to be as flexible as possible when granting access to your house for showings.
And some people work from home.
Yes.
Makes it very difficult.
But if you work from home, you have to
have a contingency plan.
You got to have a plan around that.
You got to have a plan.
Because if you say no, or if you say, well, you can only show after 4 o'clock, or you can't show after 4 o'clock, you are missing out on showings.
Absolutely. Because believe it or not, there are people looking at all times of the day and night.
Yep.
You have professionals that work on a 24-hour clock. Officers, nurses, people like that.
Your daughter's a nurse, and it was a problem for her. I remember there was a couple times you guys couldn't get into some properties.
Yeah, because of her schedule.
And the house you bought was the one you could get into.
Yep, exactly.
So, I mean, I think that is
it's a problem.
I think that costs, not everybody, but it costs people about 20 to 30% of the showings, which I think if you're costing yourself showings, you're costing yourself offers. If you're costing yourself offers, you're costing yourself money.
Yes. Because every showing is a potential buyer.
This is interesting. Did you make your house stand out? Put the work into the exterior to make it look nice is just as important how you stage it from the inside. Landscaping can boost curb appeal. I think landscaping is the cheapest, most important thing you got to do.
Oh, curb appeal is everything.
Mm-hmm.
It is first impression. You get one chance at a first impression.
And it's all about that outside first picture.
Yep.
All right, for those that don't know that, why is it always the outside picture first? Because the MLS requires it. Has to be an outside picture. But if that outside picture is not good, they're not looking at any of the other pictures.
Nope. And if they drive up and it's looking ratty, and I get it, it's wintertime, it looks pretty bleak, but there are things you can do. Straighten it up, clean it up.
9% of buyers find their house by driving by it. And how do I know that? Because 9%, the NAR data shows that 9% of buyers find their house off of the sign. They're not finding it off of the sign. They're finding it because they saw one in the neighborhood they liked and they drove the neighborhood looking it up for others because they're driving by it. The sign makes up... Sneeze, hold on.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. You better not be giving me what you got. I'm just saying.
Dude, I've been in here, 10 minutes? I have not given it to you
I
yet.
still don't trust you.
Thanks, Icky. Just for that, I'm giving it to you.
Wonderful. So yeah, make your house stand out. And like I said, most people find it, 9% of the buyers find it from driving by. I mean, if you got some bold, loud colors, paint. If you've got...
Just simple stuff.
Yeah.
Clean up the front porch. Take the cobwebs, do a nice little wreath and a mat, a welcome mat, that kind of real basic stuff, just to feel a little bit nice, welcoming.
We were doing some major cleaning over the weekend because, I got to be honest, it's one of the things that falls to the wayside for me and my wife. Because we both are full-time working professionals. You ask me all the time, how do you do this? How do you do that? How do you do this? My house is a mess. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
It really is. I'll be honest. My house is, and I try to help out as much as possible. I do the dishes. I vacuum. I do whatever I can to help my wife. The one thing I kind of stay away from, because she kind of when we got married, just gravitated and claimed domain as the laundry. Mm-hmm. All right, which is fine. I have no problems washing, drying, whatever. I hate folding clothes. I despise it.
There is something about folding clothes. There are a lot of people out there, my children included, who hate folding clothes. And I don't mind.
Some people find it therapeutic almost.
I was just going to say, it is kind of therapeutic. I will sit and watch. I'll flip on the TV.
That's what my wife does.
Fold clothes.
If she needs to fold, she is flipping on some murder mystery show and turning around and going to town on laundry.
Yeah, and if I need to iron same deal. I'll fold and iron and get it all, and it's kind of like a little
And how three
project.
people make so much laundry, I still don't know.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know. I used to have Mount Vesuvius.
Here we go.
Laundry.
I would say this is the number one. Did you price your house at market value? Forbes. Pricing a home too high could lead to slower sale or force the seller to drop their price.
Pricing is so important. So important.
Well, okay, so those are the three. They're talking make it appealing, and make it be flexible on showings. Is there anything that you could think of outside of those three?
You've really got to have a handle on what your competition is.
That's
What's out there on the market right now.
Yeah, I like that. And here's the thing. When you're looking at competition, folks, don't just look at, well, I have a ranch house, so here's all the ranch houses around me, because that's not necessarily your competition. Okay? You need to look at everything in the neighborhood. So you may have a ranch house, but everything in the neighborhood selling $30,000 less than you, and they're 2 stories. Now, granted, you're going to have a buyer that wants only ranches, but you still have to look at what the neighborhood's selling for and what the neighborhood is doing.
Right.
Got to keep it locally focused.
Yeah.
So what are some ways we've done that? Let's really get the house ready to sell then. All right? What are some things we can do to get the house sold?
Clean. Clean, 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 clean. Clean, clean, clean.
This is true. This is so true. So...
And then after that, clean.
I would say
Declutter.
25% of what's in a room take out, at least.
At least.
25 to 50%.
Declutter.
So-
Depersonalize.
Yeah. You want to make it look like it's inviting, that you show and care for the property, and that's going to boost your curb appeal, which is going to boost your bottom line.
If buyers walk in and feel that you have cared for your home, they are much more relaxed and at ease into putting in an offer.
True.
Because, and I tell my clients as buyers all the time, if you see something awry, if there are things that aren't done, what is it that you don't see?
Yeah. That is so true. What is it that you don't see? And that's what a home inspector's for,
Right.
is to find what you don't see. But even them, it's a visual inspection. They can't catch everything.
Right. So it makes a buyer nervous.
Yep.
So if they decide to make an offer, they're going to make an offer for less. So care for your home.
So on the cleaning, some of the things you want to focus on. Clean your vents and baseboards.
Oh, yes, please.
All right? Pull out your beds, pull out your dressers, and vacuum mop behind those items. You don't always do that. That's where you get your little dust bunnies.
Yeah. You know, it's January. A lot of people are big into the whole house January cleaning. Do it.
We're
The
doing
cobwebs in the corners, that kind of stuff. Really give it a thorough deep clean. Hire somebody.
We just did a thorough deep clean on our bedroom. We were in our master bedroom, and we went to town. My wife woke up, and she decided that she was clean, and it just spiraled to pulling out the dressers, vacuuming, moving stuff around, changing some stuff up, decluttering in the room. A lot got moved out. A lot got shifted. It was huge.
Yeah. And while you're doing that, thin out your closet a little bit. You want to give away some things you're going to be moving. Give away some of those clothes that you haven't worn in 10 years.
And I'm going to put a plug right now for Morningstar Mission, folks. I know there's a lot of other charities out there you can donate stuff to, but Morningstar Mission has Treasure Chest on Jefferson Street in Joliet. It is a great, great location for clothes. It's a true charity. I know some other places out there, they kind of put themselves off charities, but they are actually for profits. This is a non-for-profit, and the funds that they raise go to help the homeless shelter downtown Joliet. And they have 2 locations. I think the other's out in New Lenox area. I'm not 100% sure. But I always go to the one on Jefferson. Almost all of our clothes, toys, anything you can think of goes there. I know they don't take the old school tube TVs anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody
I don't
takes.
think anybody does. Those have to go to the dump.
Yeah.
But
Well, the
And I
city
get
of
it.
Joliet, you actually call and set an appointment, and they pick them up.
that's true.
Yeah.
And there's a place in Lockport
I think
that on
Plainfield.
certain days you can drop off tech stuff.
Yeah.
TVs, old computers.
Because they go back in
that
and they're
kind of thing.
stripping those down as much as they can, from my understanding. At least that's what I've been told.
That's what they supposedly are
yeah.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good to know. So,
But again, it goes along with the decluttering. So
Mhm.
while you're doing this deep clean, you're wanting to move. Your whole purpose is to move. So do you want to move all the stuff that you don't use?
no.
So you might as well start, and the stuff that you want to keep, that maybe your grandma's Hummels. Pack them up really nicely and carefully and put them in the corner somewhere,
Yeah.
so that they're not interfered with. It declutters and they're set ready to move, and nobody's going to harm them or touch them.
Once you get all that done, open up your blinds, check all your light bulbs, take down personal photos, please.
Those names on walls of little kids,
Take them down.
take them down. You do not want a child's name associated with an address.
And that's exactly what happens. Think about it, folks. Your pictures of all the inside of the houses, and we get a picture of the name. And now, I know me and Nancy are very subconscious of this. We turn around and we will make the photographer take angles if we can't take the name down at different angles. We do our best, but sometimes that's the only shot you have to show the room off. And now you've got a name and an address going across the internet.
And maybe even if they haven't taken down personal pictures, now we get mom and dad and the kid,
Yeah.
and a name and an address. Not
Safe. No.
Not safe.
Absolutely. So definitely want to get all those done. And then while you're doing that, touch up the walls. Maybe not necessarily repaint, but just do a light touch up. So tidy up your landscaping, And one of the things that seems to get overlooked, I think, is the patios and the decks. Those sometimes need just a quick sweep, maybe a quick power wash, maybe even need to be painted.
Well, and being that it's winter, I get you can't paint, you really can't power wash. You can't paint, but you can sweep and again declutter the patio and stuff. If you have garbage outside, if you have dead plants in pots, get rid of them. You can do that in the wintertime.
Yeah, because the fact of the matter is, it's still a great time to sell the house. I know it's
Absolutely.
January, but it's still a good time. Showing traffic has been up, and we've talked about this, that the showing traffic is up going into 2024. Our traffic was actually higher in 2023 than it was in 2022. No, it was not what it was in 2021 or 2020, but we've already talked about the unicorn years with those low interest rates and those craziness that was going on. But we've seen a trend of the rates coming down. We're going to talk about rates after the break.
Yeah. And again, buyers are out there. Buyers want to buy. Inventory is still low. Your home is wanted. Put it out on the market now. Your competition is very low. You got a lot of buyers ready to roll. Especially that interest rates are down now, which we'll talk about.
Yeah, I mean, the rates are coming down, and before the rates even started to come down, we were still seeing, in 2023, we saw 2.5 offers per listing. 2.5. That's still a tremendous amount of traffic when it comes to multiple offers. Okay, it wasn't what we were seeing, the 3s and the 4s, and let's be honest, in our area, it was like 7 and 8s.
Oh.
I think we had one property 15.
Oh, I've had more than that. I had that 31 offers. Remember?
Was that the house where
That was in Romeoville.
in Romeoville? Yeah, where they left the attic entrance
and I
open.
broke showing time.
Yes, that was crazy.
That was ridiculous.
Yes, I mean, but it's completely a competitive market out there, so
Yeah.
it is a good time to sell.
It's still competitive.
And it's going to get more competitive going into 2024 this year.
Yeah, spring market with the interest rates down, game on.
Interest rates are showing a downward slope. Okay, we were having a debate beforehand whether we're getting into a recession or not getting into a recession. Either way, that is going to keep pushing rates down even more.
Yes.
If we get into a recession or we don't get into a recession, either way, it is still setting up for a good real estate market. Historically speaking, recessions do not impact real estate markets.
Right.
2008 was the only one
And that was real estate.
financing
Yeah.
that went haywire, that messed everything up.
Yes.
And it just caused a huge spiraling effect. It wasn't a traditional recession. It was a collapse of the system is what it was.
Yes. So, that being said, in past years, it's traditionally speaking, even a recession does not affect it. You wanna go.
According to Zillow, low inventory levels are spurring surprisingly strong competition. Demand has remained resilient and attractive. Appropriately priced listings are moving quickly. That is a lot of big word sentence syllables in front of me all at once there. So that's kind of where we're at. All right, before we hit the break, Will County. I figured we'd pull up county numbers.
Yeah. Be interested to see county numbers.
So, looking at median sales price for Will County, $353,000. That is up 9.6. The average is $385,236. That is up 10.1 for November. So November over November. Average market time is 36 days, and we are looking at an inventory level down 17.1% to 889 homes in the whole county.
Yeah, that's it.
That seems
Under 900 homes in the entire county.
That seems really low.
That's
with
very
where
low.
When you're talking what the Will County population is right now. I mean, because we're near 700,000, if I'm correct.
Will County. I was just looking at
Yep.
a bunch of stats.
697,252 Will County population. This is from the U.S. Census Bureau, showing on Google as of 2021.
Oh, okay.
So we're under 700,000, just under 700,000, and there's less than 1,000 houses for you to buy. Looking at the trend for the 12 months, $349,900, up 6%, and $385,697 on the average. That's up 5% with an average market time of 41 days. So the single family is a strong market, and your median price basically is about $350,000 in Will County if you're buying a house. If you're looking at single attached, $265,000 on the money, November over November on the median price. Average is $286,600. That's up 11.9%. On the trailing 12, you're looking at $260,000, up 9.2%, or $273,330 on the average, up 8.5%. Average market time is 30 days on the trailing 12, where it's 33 up November over November. 179 units at the end of November for the whole county.
Attached. Whole
Attached,
county.
yeah.
So we're talking just over 1,000 units attached and detached in all of Will County.
Yeah. I mean, it's
ridiculous.
We're gonna finish up probably 8 to 9% up in value in Will County, I think. All right.
Yeah.
Why mortgage rates continue to decline? Keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
Consider joining the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner as a realtor. We offer a supportive and collaborative environment for our members and are currently expanding our team. Our focus is on training and education to ensure that our members are equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary to serve their clients successfully. At the Ruettiger Group, we are committed to helping our members develop both professionally and personally. Our ultimate goal is to support our members in achieving their goals and making a positive impact in the real estate industry and in the lives of their clients. Our founder, Eddie, believes in teaching members how to serve their clients, family, and community rather than just generating a commission for the brokerage. He emphasizes the importance of being capable of going out on your own and receiving an amazing return on your value. To learn more about becoming a part of our team, please contact Eddie at the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner. Call Eddie at 815-823-5478. Again, 815-823-5478.
It's Eddie Ruettiger from the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner and Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Eddie Ruettiger, a licensed and experienced realtor with 22 years of success in the industry, is the team lead of the Ruettiger Group, associated with Baird Warner. Eddie has assisted innumerable residents of the area in making informed decisions regarding real estate matters. What sets Eddie and his team apart is their personalized approach that prioritizes your needs. They empower you with the right tools, information, and guidance to make the best decisions for you and your family. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a property, Eddie provides you with the insights and resources to make a sound decision. At the Ruettiger Group, you are always in charge, and your needs are paramount. Eddie's team believes in educating their clients and helping them navigate the complex real estate landscape with ease. So, if you're in need of a reliable, experienced, and trustworthy real estate partner, look no further than Eddie Ruettiger and the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner. Find out more by calling Eddie at 815-823-5478. That's 815-823-LIST, or visit yourdwellings.com.
Doing everything for you except the moving, and be glad. It's Get Real with Eddie.
So mortgage rates keep coming down. Federal funds rate hikes have stalled, as we have seen in the past coming months. one of the Fed's primary goal is to lower inflation. In order to do that, they started raising the federal funds rate to slow the economy, even though this doesn't directly have an impact, but it does. It's basically taking money out of the system is what it does. So the federal funds hikes have been, the last hike was July for 25 basis points. There was no hike in June, September, November, or December for that matter.
Yeah, nothing.
So we were seeing some pretty high hikes over the summer of 75 points for June, July, September. Even November had a 25 point hike.
Yeah,
So
there's some serious brake pumping going on.
Yeah. So that was back in 2021. I mean, this couple thing, there was a couple hikes for 25 points, but they're indicating that they right now, and there's been talk that they may lower rates. So according to New York Times, Federal Reserve officials left interest rates unchanged in their final policy decision of 2023 and forecast that they will cut borrowing costs 3 times in the coming year, a sign that central banks is shifting towards the next phase of its fight against rapid inflation. So this is to create the soft landing that they talked about now. Mortgage rates have dropped since this has happened. I'm going to make this...
Yeah, like beginning of December, end of November, beginning of December, things started to
We
drop.
peaked, I want to say October. They've got it, this chart, and this is U.S. weekly average rates. This is Freddie Mac. Freddie Mac's got the peak at 7.79 in October. A couple have it peaked at 8% in October, and we've steadily come down. And this chart showing as of December, I want to say 7th, roughly, probably the 14th. Yeah, 14th is the last reading on this. 6.95% was the rate. So it's come down, almost a full point.
It's even lower right now.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing stuff lower than this, for sure.
Yeah, and depending on your individual situation, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely seeing it lower.
So there's some trends that are calling for, if they do 3 rate cuts, I wonder what they're going to be. I think they'll be 1/4 point cuts. I don't think they're going to be anything major.
I saw something this morning. After you and I talked, I was looking, doing my usual before the show kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was seeing that somebody was talking about they think it's going to go down to 3% again. I'm like, no, I don't see that happening.
The Fed borrowing rate might go down to 3.
Oh, they were talking about
interest rates going
down to 3 again. I'm like, maybe they had too much. They were imbibing too much on New Year's Eve or something. Because
I don't see that.
I don't see that
at all.
See that. I would love to see it down to 5.5. 5.
Well, here's the thing. You're getting right now some like savings accounts and some of like the CDs accounts.
Yeah.
You're getting those savings accounts at like 5%. Which that for a savings account is high.
Huge.
That's huge.
That's huge.
That is a no risk.
That's back in the 80s.
Yeah, that's no risk, and I'm getting 5% for my money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where if they can, so that, I think we want that. You want that safe nest egg. I don't think it needs to be at 5. I think it could go down to 4, because if those rates come down, then that number is going to come down.
As a person ready to retire or getting into that
mindset,
I would love to keep it at 5.
Well, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, and there's got to be a balance there, and that's why I'm saying I think it could come down to 4, but if you go down to 3 with the borrowing rate, I'm sorry, guess what? Those savings rates, they're not going to be
tank too.
They're going to tank back down to 1 or 1/2 point like where they were for a longest time.
Yeah.
And you're not going to have any savings whatsoever.
Yeah. It won't. It's not even offsetting inflation at that point.
No, it's not. And that's I think a savings account should be able to be just a hair above inflation.
Yes.
That anything be
CDs,
yes,
need to be at least, because not everybody wants high risk.
Yeah.
Depending on your time of life.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can get that where it's not a high risk and I can still make maybe a 1/10 or 2/10 of a point more beyond inflation.
Nubbin,
so
but
yeah,
at least keep up with inflation.
Yes.
You need to keep up with inflation.
Yes. I think that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So, I don't know where they're going to cut 3 times. Because the Fed borrowing rate right now, I think, is at 5.2.
I thought it was higher than that.
Let's see. That's why we
has
got to
come
love.
down, but I thought it was higher than that.
What is the Fed interest rate? No, 5.25%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit higher, but all right, I'll take it.
So.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see.
Might be
where it
5
all
point.
goes.
I could be wrong. I've been looking at another thing that's showing me 5.33. So.
All right,
NerdWallet's
still.
saying the current range is 5.25. So I'm not really 100% sure. Now keep in mind, that's what the banks borrow at to make sure they balance at the end of the night. That's what that number is. So that's the rate that they have to pay if they're short, because they have to have so much in their accounts for what they have on hand, for cash on hand for the accounts that they have are showing.
Right.
So that was. So if you don't understand it, go watch. What's that movie with the angel? Christmas movie. Everybody loves it. My wife cannot stand it. It is her least favorite movie with George Banks. Or is it Banks? Yeah, right? It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, remember, he's got $1.
Oh, yeah.
$1 at the end. That's what basically was going on.
Well,
there
they
was
were
a
rushing the bank.
They rushed the banks,
Yeah.
and they had needed $1 just to stay open for the next day. And they actually...
They made it.
They made
got
it
their dollar.
because he's like, come on, and it really, that whole part of the video gives a really good understanding of supply side economics and how borrowing and how everything works when he talks about it. The money's not here in the bank, it's in your house and in your house and all of that stuff. But
Yeah.
they're still required to have so much money sitting there.
Yeah, well, and rules have changed a lot, especially since 2008.
Well, that's true. Yeah, a lot of rules changed.
Because there's no such thing as too big to fail anymore.
So, I think there is, but don't look at me. I'm not the one that thinks we should keep some of these institutions open. They just had a couple banks that failed, though, this year.
No, I'm saying the too big to fail. Oh, they're too big to fail. Don't worry about it. No, they've got a lot more rules now.
Yeah.
Banks have to follow a lot more rules.
As it should be.
As well it should be.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and a lot of that came out of the 2008 from Dodd-Frank laws,
Right.
stuff that affects us on real estate side. They should be sitting there and, really focusing in and protecting the consumer. That's what the government's job is, in my view, is to make sure it's a level playing field. So, and we've talked about that. All right, so before we hit the break, we're going to talk Creekside Crossings got another property up for sale. We are looking at 25621 West Maurice Lane in Plainfield. This is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath property. It is a Santa Rosa with an F elevation, a 3-car garage, full basement, priced at $584,900. This is a wonderful property you should check out. Quartz countertops, awesome kitchen, just an amazing house. I love the islands in their houses.
Oh yeah, their kitchens are gorgeous.
Kitchens-
Well, the houses are very beautiful, very open and bright, and finishes are lovely.
So one thing I do like is that the houses are give you a lot of natural light sources. Now,
Yes.
granted, I'm the
I
person
really
that
like that.
I never open the blinds. I could leave it closed all day long, but I do want it. I just want the option.
I open the house a lot, especially in the summertime.
Yeah, I do too in the summer, but in the winter,
In the winter, everything's,
it's nothing to look outside. So
right. It's
yeah,
yucky. It's icky.
it's yucky. So, but it's a great property to check out at 25621 West Maurice Lane in Plainfield.
Also, check out their 5.75% financing.
Yeah, there's some definite financing deals that are available if you can close within specific time frames. So definitely want to give them a call or give me a call, 815-823-5478. All right. Let's talk about saving for a house when we get back after the break. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, keep it here. We'll get real, Daddy.
Consider joining the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner as a realtor. We offer a supportive and collaborative environment for our members and are currently expanding our team. Our focus is on training and education to ensure that our members are equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary to serve their clients successfully. At the Ruettiger Group, we are committed to helping our members develop both professionally and personally. Our ultimate goal is to support our members in achieving their goals and making a positive impact in the real estate industry and in the lives of their clients. Our founder, Eddie, believes in teaching members how to serve their clients, family, and community rather than just generating a commission for the brokerage. He emphasizes the importance of being capable of going out on your own and receiving an amazing return on your value. To learn more about becoming a part of our team, please contact Eddie at the Ruettiger Group at Baird and Warner. Call Eddie at 815-823-5478. Again, 815-823-5478.
It's Eddie Ruettiger from the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner and Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Eddie Ruettiger, a licensed and experienced realtor with 22 years of success in the industry, is the team lead of the Ruettiger Group, associated with Baird and Warner. Eddie has assisted innumerable residents of the area in making informed decisions regarding real estate matters. What sets Eddie and his team apart is their personalized approach that prioritizes your needs. They empower you with the right tools, information, and guidance to make the best decisions for you and your family. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a property, Eddie provides you with the insights and resources to make a sound decision. At the Ruettiger Group, you are always in charge, and your needs are paramount. Eddie's team believes in educating their clients and helping them navigate the complex real estate landscape with ease. So, if you're in need of a reliable, experienced, and trustworthy real estate partner, look no further than Eddie Ruettiger and the Ruettiger Group at Baird and Warner. Find out more by calling Eddie at 815-823-5478. That's 815-823-LIST, or visit yourdwellings.com.
It's Get Real with Eddie, where everyone deserves the opportunity of home.
All right, we want to save for a house.
Yep.
I think so. What do you need to know about saving for a home in 2024?
Well, let's talk about it down.
I would think so, because that's the first thing you're going to save for is down payment. So,
But guess what?
what?
You don't need 20% down.
That is the number one thing is you do not need 20% down. Mortgage Reports explains the idea that you have to put down 20% on a house is a myth. The right amount depends on your current savings and your current home buying goals.
Yes?
Not hard. We've been talking about this, and there's still so many people out there that think, oh, I got to have 20% down.
No. No.
No. Do you have to pay a mortgage insurance if you don't have 20% down? Yes, unless you're going VA. But sometimes, and we've been seeing this, and we're going to continue to see this, the amount of money you're acquiring in the growth of the property offsets the amount of money you're losing on the homeowner's, the insurance.
Yes. And to take the time to save, the prices are going to go up that much higher. So you're going to pay more in the end anyway.
Yeah. Get into the house.
Get into the house. Get into the house.
There's no reason to be waiting
there are all
for
kinds
20%.
of down payment assistance programs too.
That's true. And most of them are still funded right now. By the time you get into March or April, if you're waiting, a lot of that funding's dried up because these sources get funded in October.
Yes.
Their first quarter is October. Their first quarter, it's not January 1st.
Yeah. So, and because inventory is low in January, so they have leftover money. But by spring market, which is normally February.
Yeah.
As soon as that Super Bowl's over, you're running. So that money gets eaten up really quick. But it's out there.
Bankrate explains closing costs are the fees you pay when you finalize a real estate transaction, whether you're refinancing a mortgage or buying a new home. These costs can amount to 2 to 5% of the mortgage, so it's important to be financially prepared for these expenses. So closing cost is your second aspect that you need funds for.
Yes. And they have programs for closing costs as well. All the more reason to talk to a lender. If you're looking to buy in 2024, talk to them now. Don't wait. Talk to them now.
Yeah. You should be talking to your team 6 months to 12 months before you even think of writing an offer.
Yes.
You should be talking to your real estate agent. You should be talking to your lender. If you're in an attorney market, or even if you're going to use an attorney and you're not in the attorney market, you should have your attorney lined up and your home inspector lined up. Should know who your team is and why you should be using them, why you want those individuals.
And lean into your realtor for names, but investigate them.
Yeah.
You know, inspectors, attorneys,
Yep.
whatever. Make sure that you're comfortable with who you choose, that you can communicate.
All right, so let's say
Okay.
we're going to buy a $300,000 house.
Let's.
And we want to do 10% down.
Okay.
So now we need $30,000 there.
All right.
And we want to make a strong offer, but we don't want to put too much at risk. So we're going to do 2% down on the last component of this, and that is your earnest money. All right? So your earnest money is what is going to make your offer stand out and be stronger than other aspects. Realtor.com, it's usually 1 to 2% of the amount. Realtor.com explains this. It tells a real estate seller you're in earnest as a buyer. Assuming that all goes well, the buyer's good faith offer is accepted by the seller. The earnest money funds go toward the down payment and closing costs in effect. Earnest money is just paying more money of the down payment and closing costs up front. So basically, it's going to offset some of those numbers.
Right. It's going to be credit to you. It's not in addition
No.
to the offer. It
Yes.
is part of the offer.
Part of the offer.
And some people get confused about that.
So with that being said, I've got $30,000 I got to put down.
Yes.
I'm going to have, let's say, 5% in closing costs for easy math. So that's another 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now I'm at 45. Okay. That's paid at closing. I'm putting 2% down. Okay, which is 6.
Mm-hmm.
So that 6 is going to come off the 45. Now I only have to bring 39 to the table.
Yes.
All right. What they don't talk about in the ad is home inspections.
Well, all the miscellaneous costs.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're going to need to have some money for home inspections,
Yes.
which would be between $500 to $1,000, I would say.
Yes.
And I would say you also need to have money for insurance.
Yes.
So
because you are required to have insurance
by
and
the
show
lender.
proof of insurance at close.
By the lender. Yep. Not. There's no law. It's the lender that's giving you the mortgage
Right.
that requires it. So
They want to know that their investment is protected.
Exactly. So, and if you insurance lapse, they have a right to slap you with an insurance policy that is usually 3 times higher than
Yeah, I
the
was
mortgage
going to say
market.
guaranteed. It's not going to be the cheapest.
No, it is
Okay.
not, and it's not even the best coverage.
No,
It's horrible
it's-
coverage at 3 times the price.
Yeah.
It really is.
Don't let your insurance lapse.
Yeah. So when you're looking at everything, I would say out of pocket, figure another $1,500 for insurance, $1,000. You're at 25. We're at 39. You're probably about 41, 42 on a $300,000 house.
Yes.
If you're going 10% down.
Yes.
So that's where you need that's what you're looking at for savings of what
But again, you can go less than that.
you
You
can.
can go 3.5. You can go 5.
Mm-hmm.
You can go 0 down, and if you're a VA loan, or there are a couple of programs.
There are, especially if you're looking to buy in rural areas. The
Yes.
USDA program is 100% finance. And that is a pretty good program, especially if you are looking to acquire large swaths of like farmland and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of that program. So this is definitely something you want to look into and do your homework. Don't just think you're going to wake up, oh, I'm going to buy a house tomorrow. Sit down with your professional and talk about it and put a plan together.
Yeah,
You need
this
to know
is
what you're going to save
the
for.
largest purchase of your life.
Pretty much. Very few people make a hard purchase larger than their house. I mean, the only thing that usually can get into bigger than your home is if you end up buying a business.
Yes.
I mean, because
But let's face it.
Yeah.
Most people, this is the
Yeah.
biggest purchase of their lives.
Yeah.
So it bears some thought, and do your homework.
I agree. It completely do your homework and figure out what you're looking to do. Other fees that we haven't thought about, because we talked about insurance, we talked about inspections.
Yeah. And there might be more than one, because you get a regular inspection, then you get radar.
Yeah.
That's
It's-
another
well,
$250.
Yeah, with for 500 to 1,000 to cover that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's a mold issue, if there's, maybe there's a crack in the foundation and you need to have it inspected.
We're not talking about. That could be something that could be very beneficial. It could be an additional cost,
Right.
and that is a home warranty.
A home warranty.
You can get a home warranty and get that all set up and lined up, and that home warranty could be a huge saver for you.
Yes. Yes. So there's some costs that are optional, like a home warranty. And it depends on the property. If it's it's been sitting for a while. I mean, as far as like vacant
Yeah.
sitting.
Yeah, that's a big aspect of this. If the property's been vacant, one of the things I will tell you that I keep coming into with the vacant houses is plan on having the sewer line routed.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm running into, folks. The houses are sitting vacant. And then you come in and you start using the plumbing system at a normal pace. Now, keep in mind, nothing's been used
For a while.
for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to think of how plumbing works at a city level. There's a big drain in the middle of the street that everything flows to. Well, if you're not pushing anything out of your drain, some of that stuff starts backing up onto your side because nothing's pushing it out. And since nothing's coming out, some of that stuff starts drying up, not to be too gross,
Yeah.
and it ends up like a cap. So if you're taking on a house that's been sitting, you definitely want to turn around and have the sewer line routed right out of the gate. Don't even take the chance of having a backup or having a chance. Well, maybe it won't. You're right. Maybe it won't back up. But I think it's not worth it. And there's some places out here locally. I'll say it right out. Dimick, in my opinion, is probably the most affordable when it comes to routing a line.
I would say, and I've had lines routed by them before.
They're awesome.
Good.
They're great. They do a wonderful job.
Yep.
The one thing I like is they're not there to... Some places I've seen come in and, the line's collapsed. No, the line's not collapsed. They just want to replace the line because that's what they do, and they make more money on...
They're not there for the upsell. They're there
They're to do the job. If the line's collapsed, they'll tell you the line's collapsed, but they're not there for that's it. They're not there for the upsell, and that's why I like Dimick.
Yeah.
He does a really good job. You can just Google Dimick sewer line, and you should pull them up on Google.
Yeah.
I mean, but
they've been around this area forever.
Ever. And that's one thing with these houses sitting that I would definitely look at.
Anytime the houses are sitting, and we're not talking sitting for a week or two.
No.
Or even a month. But if they're sitting for months, let's say they're, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Unforeseen circumstances usually, and then the courts get involved, and that takes time. So these houses sit, and if they're not used, and the water's not running, and the toilets aren't flushing, and the dishwasher isn't being run, gaskets get dried out, you're not pushing water in out of the sewer lines, all that kind of stuff, you're not using the house normally, things get gummed up.
Yeah. All right, that wraps up, folks, for Get Real with Eddie. Don't forget, check us out online at GetRealWithEddie.com. 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with all the information you need on your largest investment, your home.
Thanks for listening to Get Real with Eddie. Eddie Ruettiger is a realtor at Baird Warner in Plainfield, license number 475141896. Managing broker Steve Engel. For more information on your neighborhood, call Eddie at 815-823-5478 or visit yourdwellings.com.